Hey everyone, welcome back to another war video. This one, war number 5 of season 38, for Loki taking on Old Driver. You see I have Spider-Man 2099. He's going to be the only one actually getting any fights in this war. Anti-Venom and White Nito are just there for synergy purposes. So let's jump right in. I am back on the familiar path 2 in each section. So Spider-Man 2099, going to take on this America Chavez. I do place a White Magneto pre-fight, this because it has that like quasi-limber node. Basically, if you don't have any buffs or prowess, both things that Spider-Man 2099 can't get, then they have a limber ability. So I have it on there just in case. But, you know, the big thing with America Chavez, she is super loose with her heavies. So the big thing here is now she has 2 of the same one. So if she gets a third one, she gets a random of the other 2. So the one that I don't want is the one in the middle because that's her thorns damage. So I'm trying not to let her throw another heavy. I'm trying to push her to that next special. So she does throw it. Of course, I get it, but it could have been a lot worse than it was if that fight went on for a little bit longer. But Spider-Man 2099, very easy work with that one. So here I have Blade on the next node. This node doesn't do anything for Blade. I place a White Magneto pre-fight on again just to get around Blade's ability to have shorter debuffs. So with Spider-Man 2099, the big thing here is you just want to make sure that his buffs or his debuffs are paused because Blade is going to be having shorter and shorter debuff duration as his power gain gets higher and higher. So Blade is a conduit defender, so he's now heal blocked, which is nice because Blade has his natural regeneration while I'm hitting his block, and he can't heal that way. And it's also getting him below a bar of power. Now this Blade's not a particularly high sig, so he's using a bunch of power to heal. But you can see Spider-Man 2099 kind of nuking down this fight. I throw the special one here because I thought it was going to be enough. It wasn't. But the ruptures do the rest while he's throwing his special one. So 2 fights down, nothing too crazy as of yet. So on to section 2, I have Wong on this first fight. This is the one where if I knock him down, I get a Fury debuff. So if I get to knock him down, it'll pause my debuffs that are on him. So with Wong, the 2 things you got to worry about are his heavy goes on an unstoppable cooldown. So now I'm just backing off. And then I need to watch his mystical charges if the fight goes that long to make sure I'm throwing a heavy in there so that I'm not eating a whole bunch of damage back. So you can see here I'm up to 17 ruptures, so 20 ruptures now. It's going pretty well. Get that first rupture detonate off. He throws the special one. And then at this point, just trying to get him back up to 1 bar of power so that he is going to KO. So 3 fights, nothing too crazy so far. Here comes the next fight. It's going to be Overseer. It's just the next fight on the path. So I do have the Wong Sacrifice for Your Sanctum. So it does give a passive Fury and a passive power gain to start. With Spider-Man 2099, you don't have to worry about the power gain, but I do have to worry about the Fury. So I'm trying to be a little bit more conservative here at the start. The big thing about Overseer, really the one thing you have to worry about on Overseer is if he throws any special, you cannot hit him twice in a row. It's very similar to Medusa's mechanic, because once you hit him twice in a row, he can then auto block. You can heavy, so I heavy counter there just because why not? And you can hit his block. There's no concerns with any of those 2. But while his auto block is up, you want to make sure you're not hitting him twice in a row because then he parries. Here, I guess I dash back a little early. He hits me a couple times. Nothing too crazy. Par for the course for me. But, you know, here I'm just trying to get to another special 2. Going to throw the special 2, and it gets him most of the way. I thought that was going to KO. It did not. So here I'm going to hit him once, back off. And the ruptures do the rest of the work. So another fight down. So I have 3 fights here. I have this entire side of mini bosses starting with this Hyperion. So you saw me do this fight before. Hyperion going to be very fun because he has that constant power gain. So like I said last war, when I took Hyperion on a different node, Spider-Man 2099 is a great Hyperion counter because he's great at controlling his power. This node, however, I really am going to do mostly parry heavy and hit the block. So because I want to make sure that I'm not getting the falter on me. So you can see I had the timer on me there. When I have that timer on, I need to either heavy or throw a special attack. So I'm just really trying to keep the falter on him. You can see I just heavy spam here because he's below a bar of power. So here I'm going to throw my special 2 because I did let the wither fall off because of course I did. Then I had the fault. Then he had the falter on him, so I just throw another, random heavy. So he's at 4 exhaustions plus the wither. So his power gain is pretty low. It's actually being reversed right now, which is pretty great. So this fight. Kind of comical in what's happening because he's just, he's getting faltered a whole bunch. Throw the special 2 there. So it's just, Spider-Man handling the fight very well. At that point, I was trying to block and so that I can parry and hit him again, and he just was faltered again. So, just last little bit here. This is a rank 4 Hyperion, so takes a little bit to get him down, but I throw this last special 2 and that'll be it. So like I said, took a little bit, rank 4 Hyperion, but never really a doubt in that one. So next fight is Dr. Doom. So it's back-to-back wars fighting Dr. Doom here on this node. I do place my last White Magneto pre-fight. So like I said before, I want to parry and heavy to start to get the exhaustion up. So now he's got a bar of power. So now at this point, it's just a matter of keeping the exhaustion paused and getting the wither back. So like I said last war, I played that one very, very passive. I'm not going to be nearly as passive in this one. I'll be a bit more aggressive here just to try to end the fight a little bit smoother. So here... at this point, I have the special 2, but he has R up, so I want to make sure not to throw it. And now I need to make sure that Conflictor goes down. So I throw a heavy just to put Conflictor back on cooldown. I'm going to try to parry here, but he threw a second medium, so I got the Wither up now. So that's really all I need. So now I just want to bait out this special 2. I'm just going to block it just to be safe. Like I said, I am comfortable with Dr. Doom's special 2, but especially after last war with... failing the special 2 decks on Mojo, just wanted to make sure that everything was okay. So at this point, it's just a matter of, normal Spider-Man 2099. Keep the Wither paused. I have the exhaustion, which is almost expired, but I'm going to try to keep that paused as well. And then at this point, it's just a matter of hit his block up the special 1, and let those ruptures burst go. So I was able to get to another special 2, so I get the second wither. So now the exhaustion did fall off, but it's not as big of a deal because I have the second wither. So you can see Spider-Man able to recover very well in this fight. And like I said, he's a great counter to the fight once he gets set up. And I was able to set him up a little bit smoother that time. And that was that. So last fight, once again, is going to be Mangog here on node 54. Not really much to say about this fight at this point. Spider-Man 2099, just the best counter for it. I did throw a Power Start 1 on for the Doom fight, and it did carry on into the Mangog fight. Just standard Spider-Man 2099, hit his block, try to get to a special 2, try to get those ruptures, and try to let him not get to a special 2. I'm going to try not to, so you can see there I hit him 4 times, which was nice because I didn't do the 5 combo like I did last war. But I have 17 ruptures, so got him over a bar of power. I'm going to throw the second, the wither there, or the special 2 there to get the second wither. He was never in danger of getting to any special 2 there. Then I throw a heavy attack, so his passive power gain is now fully being reversed. So there I got to go back-to-back rupture bursts. Got him over a bar, under a bar, over a bar. So nice easy fight for Spider-Man. And that'll do it for me. So 7 fights in this one. Did not die. So 29 fights on the season, the 1 death from last war. And my streak is now up to 9. And for this war, we were able to get the win. So that puts us at 3-2 on the season. So hopefully we can keep that winning streak going now that we've won back-to-back wars. But that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see everyone soon.